Hi, this is Tracy HD, and I want to thank you for joining me today for our weekly Oracle and Tarot card reading. And this will be for the week of September 27th to October the 3rd. And I'm using the Fairy Forest Oracle deck by Lucy Cavendish. And this is so appropriate for the Halloween season that is upon us. And I just love the messages of this deck. I haven't used it in well over a year, maybe even 2 years. I have so many decks in my collection that I really need to start rotating them so I could show all of these decks and how spot on they are. So let's get started with this reading. You could use it as a pick a card reading, 1, 2, or 3, or a blended reading for the beginning, middle, and end of the week. As I shuffle the deck, I'm asking all light beings, angels, and God, please relay the message I need to share with my viewers for the highest good of all. Well, we have a card that flipped over, so we're going to take this one as card 1 at the beginning of the week. For card number 2, middle of the week, will be the center card, and card number 3, the end of the week, will be the bottom card. Okay, and let's see what we have here. For the beginning of the week, or those of you that picked card number 1, the jumping card was the Green Witch. And again, perfect for Halloween. Fresh new spring. And this is card number 7 for those of you that follow numerology. And basically what this card is saying is, when you're pure of heart, the whole world is full of potential. And this is the message from this Green Witch to you. She's green, and as in the fresh new that's trying to push forward in your life. It's like a seed that's, coming up out of the ground, reaching for the sun, stretching for the sun. And this witch is green and connected to the earth. And she's flowing with the cycles of nature. She's green in that she looks as much to the natural world for company, friendship, and fulfillment as you currently do with your fellow humans. And this is telling me, Spirit is telling me that we need to connect with nature. We need to stay grounded. I could relate to this Green Witch. I am all about being out in nature. I am so connected with the animals that cross my path every day here at my home, with the trees, the changing seasons, hence the background of this video here where you see my long needle pines. I'm just so much in tune with the earth. And when you do that and you're able to ground yourself, it's just so much more peaceful. Your life begins to flow. You slow down. You don't rush around. This card's reminding you to connect with nature. And maybe some of you have forests around you. Go for a walk. Enjoy, whatever it is that you could focus on that is positive in your environment. And if you live in a city, maybe if you could go visit a park, sit on a park bench and just look up at the sky, watch the birds, the squirrels, take notice of the leaves that are going to be changing soon on the trees. And then card 2, or the middle of the week, is Atheling, card number 6. It says nobility, grace, and gratitude. And what a beautiful, beautiful card this is. The entire deck is just amazing, amazing artwork. And she's wearing this crown, and it looks like her head is falling forward. She has this tired look in her eyes, and you know how they say heavy is the head who wears the crown. But within every moment, within all responsibilities and circumstances, lies the opportunity to be noble, to be graceful, to be grateful. And this is Atheling. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And this is Atheling, a wise being who's able to listen to the pleas and the requests and the demands, and to respond without pressure or frustration or tension. She's able to distill the clamor about her into calm and focus on one simple deed at a time. And that's what we need to do. We can't spread ourselves thin. And I know I'm the kind of person that I'll work myself to exhaustion, and I'll have my hands in 10 different projects at the same time. And it's a bad, bad Gemini trait, because we end up being a jack of all trades, a master of none if we keep doing that. And so a lot of you, may need to slow down and, to stop sacrificing yourself for other people. You know, don't allow yourself to be influenced or dominated by people in your life, the people that are, dependent on you. I mean, sometimes we have to have boundaries. It's okay to help people, but when they become completely dependent on you, they're not learning to help themselves. Whether this is at work, your family life, or if it's friends that are demanding a lot from you. Um, Atheling is never overwhelmed, okay, despite the vast nature and realm of her responsibility. She's got a lot of responsibilities and her head is heavy, but you know what? She's learning just like we all are. And she's, taking time for herself. And, this is a message to, find a way to slow down the demands of your life. If you have to say no to people, say no. You don't have to accept every invitation. Create boundaries. Stop feeling obligated to sacrifice your needs to meet the needs of others. And we're all guilty of that. Right now, just breathe. Calm yourself, ground yourself, and then move forward, focusing on one thing at a time and giving each task your absolute attention. And when you are in the moment like that and you are doing things mindfully, they refer to it as mindfully, you will feel your life become so much more peaceful, relaxed, and fulfilling. But when we're rushing around on autopilot, trying to get everything done, we're in overdrive 24/7, we're missing out on the beauty of life. We're missing out on the present moment. We're rushing from one thing to the next and not enjoying anything. Trust me, I used to be one of those people, and it had taken years of practice for me to slow down. And when I look back, I wish I would have done this sooner. And then the last card, or card number 3, is number 1 on the card, Cunning Woman, Silent, Observant, and Wily. And she does. She's got that look in her eye. And now is not the time for talk or action. It's the time for you to be independent, watchful, and intelligent. And we can learn so much by just sitting back and observing people. Because you can't trust everyone's word. You're better off going by their actions. I trust actions. And beware of those people where their words and actions do not align. And I know quite a bit of them. And this cunning woman, this being, holds within her very specific knowledge the value of silence and watchfulness. And we learn so much if we could just sit quietly and observe. And her message to you is to watch and observe what people and beings around you are doing. It is through their actions that you will know them. There is also an element of secrecy. You must keep close to your heart certain information and thoughts at present. So, you may want to divulge some information, but this card is telling you at this time, maybe it's not the right time to share. Maybe you need to gather more information. Maybe you need to observe someone a little closer before you actually confront them. Okay, it's necessary for you, to be more or less shrewd at this time, but not in a bad way, and careful about your next step. And this is not a bad thing. It's wise to conserve your energy at this time, to be silent, to withhold, and to begin to see the patterns around you. And you'll soon know what to do and exactly when to do it. So this weekend is not a time of action if you were thinking about confronting someone. There may be still more that you need to gather and more that you're going to learn by observing before you take your next step forward. What an interesting week. If you've enjoyed this reading, please like it by giving it a thumbs up, share it, and above all, subscribe, because I will be back with more.